Oh, there we have it. The verdict is in. What a headache.
Not the first negative feedback we've had.
So, what exactly is a prototype?
So for context, Aranara are magical creatures in Sumeru Fairy for the store's 20th anniversary. We plan to release a series of hand-carved toys based on the Aranara stories. This is a prototype we made to get an idea of how they would react. But when we put it out there, the reaction was not quite what we'd...
They thought it looked like a mushroom too, huh?
No, worse than that, actually. I can't quite describe...
This is not an Aranara. No way. I've read Uncle Tanja's Aranara and the Ill Little Fungus. It says that Aranara are supposed to be chubby and squishy. The carving looks nothing like that.
Toys do look better when they're round and Uncle Tonder said in Aranara's vow that you can this carving makes me feel lost and confused inside. I don't think the creator put it... Ooh, didn't put his heart into it, huh?
Kassid and Alia didn't like this carving, but I think it's okay. It doesn't look too happy, so it's...
Oh, a positive review!
Yeah, so I would totally ask my dad to get it for me.
Oh, well, that took a sudden turn for the worse. We asked the children for their opinions.
Oh, how did it go? Has it maybe, grown on them at all? Oh, this is such a shame.
Oh, the kids kept mentioning an Uncle Tanger, too.
Uncle Tanger is a famous children's author here in Port. Oh, he wrote quite a few stories in the past, but none of them were popular among children. Just like our... But around a year or so ago, he suddenly had a eureka moment or something, and
That's right. My little Ghaffari loves his stories, too. The whole reason we decided to make these carvings was because we asked Tanja for guidance. But right after he agreed, he went off to Gandharvaville with his son to look for inspiration. We were running out of time, so we had no choice but to carve an Aranara based on our own imaginations. As you can see...
Oh, we have to... Hey, since you're the famous traveler, could you do us a favor? He doesn't have to come in person if he's too busy. Please, if only to put a smile...
They seem pretty desperate. Let's help them out. To see the kids smile. And also for our reward. Yep. I think a creepy...
All right, next let's see your right hand. But please remember that you still need to be careful. Understand?
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the patrol route for today.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides, there's a chance we may encounter...
But I have a vision too!
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about right now. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try lending a hand around here.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps Kale could take you two for a patrol south of Gandharvaville for the day. And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Tanari, we're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, We'll be heading into the forest now.
Yes, you can count on me.
So, Kale, what exactly are we going to be doing? Tainari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but,
Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining. As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway. Paimon, Traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual. Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones. Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it. No problems with this lamp. Good. The statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you.
Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard to by the way, Kale, do you know anything?
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago. According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and wished to celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity. The sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali, and later...
Uh-huh. Then what happened?
Well, and then...
Huh? You're not too sure?
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru.
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with...
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from... Anyway, you two know Amber, right?
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for act. If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will... Sorry.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just...
Sorry. I was rambling on just now.
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes... So, how do you know that we've met Amber?
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing in one letter. She mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by... I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you.
So that's how you knew.
Yep, so please know that you two have my complete trust. I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't read any books. Sorry.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or the Sanctuary.
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one... So that's why you're here.
Don't mention it. We are friends after all. Alright,
You both have my thanks. Well, you two are up there cleaning. I'll go... I'm not a very good climber, so I'll go check the facilities up ahead. Bye.
Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Or Lesser Lord? The name does seem to fit the statue. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. Let's get started on cleaning the statue. Paimon will fly up and... Nice work! That's one clean statue. head down and meet up with Kale. Kale, we're back!
Welcome back! You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break. I brought some fruit and water for us.
Yay, food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything.
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them.
No, you dropped it on the ground!
Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh, whew. Paimon nearly had a heart attack there. Those pitas are amazing! Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been wasted.
You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers, so you'll be making your own pita pockets in no time.
Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard to believe someone as diligent as you could...
Oh, I guess it happens from...
So, Kale, don't you think that Tainari's a little too strict with you? Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but she's never said anything.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may seem, I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature. Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called, well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants. Sages from the Academia have written him many, but Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. I know, right? I've always wanted to pet them too. Anyway, Master could have easily left the rainforest to take up a position at the Academia, but he chose to. In fact, Master's the one who taught me.
Really? Paimon would have never... Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept...
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little, but it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, "Why, oh why?"
Hey! Don't laugh! Hey! Now even Kale's... Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this! It's time for some...
No! Don't touch me!
Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon did...
No, I just...
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm... I'm fine. Oh, well, it's getting late now.
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry? around Gandharvaville looking for inspiration. But should we yell his name at the top of our lungs?
Hey, buddy. What's your name? What are you doing here all alone? Do you live regardless? Don't worry. As a trainee forest ranger...
Hi, Miss Forest Ranger. I'm Rosie. Don't mind me.
When people say, don't mind me, what they really mean is don't worry about me. Hey, don't cry. What's wrong?
Huh. That voice sounds familiar. Paimon's heard it somewhere before. Oh, it's Kale! And a child who seems to be upset. Hi, Kale. How have you been?
Paimon and Traveler. I've been doing pretty well.
We're here on an errand. We heard your voice. You seem kind of busy, though.
I'll be fine. You go help them first, Miss...
What a well-mannered child.
Sand? There is not a lot of sand in a forest. You keep saying you're okay because you don't want us to know what you're upset about.
Maybe.
That's exactly why you have to get it off your chest. Here's a trick. If you're keeping a secret that bothers you, you can try telling it all to a tree hollow.
A tree hollow?
Yeah, a tree hollow. Do you know Tanja's stories? The Aranara living in the forest will patiently listen to every word children say. Maybe there really are Aranara living in the tree hollows that will listen to you.
You like the R&R stories too?
Of course.
Oh, people who like R&R are the best. Okay, I'll try telling my secret to it.
Aw, you're just exaggerating. Anyway, so how are you doing?
Sure.
Wow. Kale's so good with kids.
Well, helping children who are lost in the rainforest is all part of her forest ranger. So, what was it you wanted help with? You're not lost too, are you? Okay, so you're looking for a children's author from wait, when you...
That's right, Uncle Tanger.
So he's in the area? Look at this, is amazing. Could you wait for me for a sec? I've always been curious what the man behind...
Tanja's just a normal guy.
Even so, he must be more creative than most people. Wait, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad? Tanger's your dad? As in you're Tanger's son?
Uh-huh.
Ah, Paimon sees. That guy at Akara Crass told us that Tanger brought... Why are you here on your own, though?
We had an...
Oh, in that case, we should take you back to...
No, I'm good. Thanks for your advice, Kale. Come with me. I'll take you to him.
Yay! Thanks, Rosie. Paimon thought we'd be spending the whole...
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm actually gonna meet the Tanja.
Oh.
So Tanja headed this way. I know this place pretty well. Follow me.
Rosie! Where are you, Rosie?
Someone's calling for Rosie over there.
Ah, Traveler, you've returned.
Yep, we're back.
Oh, Kale?
Oh, okay. Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Tainari, what are you doing here?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it...
You mean she's sick? How could she be?
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around any...
So, Tainari, what's really wrong?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you... Well, because Kale, and honestly speaking, I was again... But she insisted, saying you two...
So, Tainari, what exactly...
Right. Ever since she was a child.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is, at first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of this. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to...
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do... With appropriate treatment, the disease can be... Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organ...
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a heart... I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was... However, Kale's days with the Fatui were... Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful. But her experience...
Oh, Paimon...
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also...
She doesn't need to apologize.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two...
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care...
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what... Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was... She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount... All right. Now that I've told you about Kale's past,
Yeah, we'd like to do something...
All right. But I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place.
No problemo.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as lunar lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar.
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Lunar lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, okay then. Note to Paimon. Never bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, we'll rendezvous here once you've
All right, we've gathered enough lunar lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari. Hey, Tainari! We found the...
Let me take a look. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save...
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari! Someone's come...
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off now? Let's go find out what's going on.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already cleared. Can you tell me the...
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area. So...
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get...
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk...
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision.
Wait, Tainari!
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, she may not have a vision, but she's a real pro.
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that case, all right, we typically only teach visitors how to identify the withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered!
That is the withering. All right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that withering zone. Once inside, thank you. But I must warn you, even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone. Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Don't blink. My apologies. Incoming. Hey!
Now, destroy the tumors of the withering. Yes, thanks to you two.
Tainari?
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering, this presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, and most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering...
Huh?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the... No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface, although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a... Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it... The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archons... And as for the withering, its emergence is related to a... That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's familiars a long time ago. I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long... All right, that's enough on this...
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back.
The withering zone you reported has been taken... Huh. Wait, is that... Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you?
Oh, her?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Huh?
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought... She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat. And it...
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still... I've got some emergency rations set aside for...
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and... So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? But wait, how'd you know?
Back when we were clearing the withering zone, I observed that she could adeptly manipulate... And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsul's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all, because what you saw is of significant importance. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect... Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my... When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irmin's... I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use...
That sounds nice and all, but will she really...
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special... Please, wait. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and she'll answer any question. No.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
Yesterday, a total of 5.
Anyway, I'll go prepare Kale's medicine now. Using the lunar look, rest assured, Kale...
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hello? Hypatia? Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area. Hypatia,
So...
there's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Huh? Wait. Huh? How'd things out here and... what happened? And where are we? Really? Oh... This is huge! I knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Don't blink! Huh?
Solidify!
I will have order.
Incoming! Speed of light! Hey! Teamwork is dreamwork! Nowhere to hide!
Stabilize!
Don't blink! Hey!
What is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Gather!
we meet again.
The Abyss Herald! What are you planning to do in...
Strange place. Clotting.
Solidify! Order guide you!
Embrace the ice! Whirling... Incoming! Cut to the chase!
It's a roar!
Speed of light! Huh? Yeah! Yeah!
A bit grant gather new life!
I'm going in! My opponent! Don't blink! Hey!
Solidify!
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong with...
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your brother. His Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in the bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. Your journey is but don't you fret now. Today will be your last.
What do we do? Oh, there she is! Quick! Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her? Are you okay? Anyways, we can talk about this later. Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here, we have a letter that he asked us to...
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me.
Well, actually, we were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here...
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the...
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So, you're able to see them too?
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious...
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself, you needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only drag...
So, Hypatia, just what...
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Earth. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small... In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way... Sorry about that.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... All right, we're up, Traveler. Today's...
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before.
All done. Let's use the empty box. Oh, it smells...
Are you already finished cooking? Smells del... Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able... It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. And everyone at the academia even... You should know that some researchers spend their entire lives without ever success.
So why does this incense...
The ingredients used to make spirit-born ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special... Since the root of the dead... Naturally, anyone who can establish a connection...
Makes sense.
That was primarily due to her body's unique constitution. Stimulated by taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of spirit-born ale would cause... Not to worry, though. Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering...
Whoa, you're really serious.
I am a researcher. As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings. Which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul. If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with... I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in. That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will become...
Whoa, so knowledge from Irminsul can be super...
Of course I do, especially during nights that are pitch black. However, I've been feeling... I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of...
Well, it's strange because nearly...
Huh. Is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical. Yes. If one struggles with anxiety, the fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the academia, and went on to become... But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, it was incredible. Though I don't exactly... Back then, I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be. Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things she saw when she connected with Irmin?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I... World, forget me. If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin If you two are ever in the area again, please... There's no need to be thanking me. You two are my savior.
Now that we know Hypatia is all right, and had the chance to ask her...
Heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever... Even though that little neighbor of mine was able to the end of your dream seemed quite terrifying. Not to worry, though. As someone from Sumeru who cannot dream, I needn't ever worry about nightmares. Heading out, I see? If there's anything else... Sumeru researchers use Spirit-born ale to assist them in connecting with Unfortunately, I cannot help you understand your dream. I hope that I'll be able to ascend past Satyava. Heading out, I see? If there's anything else... I've heard local children here in the rainforest speaking of perhaps this is because I had a very strict upbringing. My parents would seldom... And speaking of my little neighbor, I've noticed on several occasions that as they're playing under the trees, perhaps I should ask... Heading out, I see? If there's anything else, take care. Do remember to...
Oh, Rosie! Thank goodness. Were you in danger? Did the wild beasts scare you? Did the stars guide your way?
I'm okay.
Thank you. Thank you all. I dare say that even the most cold-hearted Spino-Croc...
Oh, it's nothing. It's all part of my responsibility as a trainee forest ranger.
Really? I didn't know anyone read my stories apart from young children. Okay, then. I have the
Huh? It's an honor to become...
Whoa. Kale looks like she's
I'm okay.
Are you two story lovers as well? Yes. The moment I saw you, the image of an aura giant and an aura finch traveling together popped into my mind. Oh? Who asked for my help? My sincerest apologies, but I have found...
Seems like Tanja has a slightly exaggerated view. Also, Paimon's not a finch. That's nothing to get excited about.
Akara Crafts. Oh, right. I remember now. That small boat once sailed into the sea of my memory. Perhaps for the best. After all, a wide...
What? What should we do?
Dad's saying he forgot about helping the people at Akara Crafts learn more about Aranara because right now he has something more important to do.
Oh, that's what he meant. Wait, no, this isn't the time for all that. Tanja, your help is pretty vital to the toy makers. You gotta do something.
But the garden that blooms before my eyes is of greater importance, for therein lies the beautiful Padisara. I, Tanja, have found evidence of Aranara activity right here in the Avidia forest, conclusively proving that Aranara not... If I manage to document the first real-life Aranara sighting, meanwhile, I may well be able to leverage this to assume leadership of the academia.
I haven't written any papers myself, but I think you need to have a bunch of them approved by the review board before entering the academia. Anyway, Tanja, what did you mean?
The hook's what's important in a story. The great storyteller Tanja never gives his audience the bait right away. Come with me.
Wait, not that way.
Kale, what's wrong?
Nothing. But that way leads us deeper into the events. I think I'm starting to understand why Razi and Tanja were fighting.
Just as I expected. The promise of one of my...
But this is just an ordinary...
You can deceive the eyes, but you can't...
Paimon's not sure what look with your heart means. Hey, look! There's a note here. The handwriting's so... Here's another note that said... That sounds more like something... There's another one here! A clever Aranara.
How does it feel to bear witness to a groundbreaking discovery? The crude handwriting may look like a child. I doubt that a child would be able to reach this deep into the forest, and I doubt even more. I boldly hypothesize that this tree hollow is in fact an Aranara that wasn't so bright left a note here wishing to become a... Oh, I shall craft... How's that? Don't the very word...
Nope.
Well, many an adventurer knows how to take to the skies with their easily visible wind gliders, yet they do not possess... How about you, Miss Forest Ranger? Do you soar...
Huh? Me? I don't know. Maybe I do, but yeah, I'm fine. It's just that witnessing Tanja's creative process is a little...
Overwhelming?
Oh, yes.
For now, I've decided to stay here with Razi until we witness the legendary moment when the Don't worry! I won't let the Akara Crafts toymakers down. When a real Aranara appears, there...
He seems pretty stubborn.
No, I think we should return to our camp, Tanja. In Aranara and the Three Little Fungus, it says that Aranara are very sensitive creatures. I don't think...
Oh? Was that in the story? Ah! In that case, let's go back to camp and call it a day.
A blade embraces its duty as a jeweler. Is their
Traveler, wake up! It's not the Aranara, it's Kale. Oh, Paimon's been worried about Kale since last night, even though she kept telling us she was... Anyway... Hey, look! Aren't these Kale's footprints? But why are they headed towards the tree hollow?
A blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its truth.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your... I understand that you're a forest watcher, and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Ermin...
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the Academia, not...
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you... I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds...
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper...
Tainari, your master is an integral part of...
And what exactly does my master need of me?
You'll know once you've arrived.
And how long will I be required to stay? Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't... If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you...
Tainari!
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Tainari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the Academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but all that can wait.
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is...
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer.
That's right! We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask...
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know it?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru... How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that... Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this.
Oh?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Needless to say, this...
Great! Next up, Sumeru... That's right! Tainari, we have something...
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, she knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see...
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go!
Farewell, and good luck to you both. Kale is waiting at the northmost crossing of Gandharvaville. Don't you worry about Kale. I'll look after her. I'll find a way. Kale is waiting at the northmost crossing of Gand... It seems there's a major project, but I can't afford to leave Gandharvaville now. Things are not going well here in the rainforest, and Kale needs someone... Given that my master hasn't come to give me an earful personally, tells me that my presence is not as sorely needed. Kale is waiting at the northmost crossing of Gand... Farewell, traveler.
I think I'll start with these questions. I'll have to grab a drink and flame
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. And, I'm sorry. But I guess now I understand that the most...
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we can...
Thank you. That means a lot.
Oh?
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a...
Yay! Thanks, Kale.
I hope that whenever you eat them, you... Well then, I, trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again. I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City and get to meet the Dendro Archon. I'm much better now. I'll be back even though I'm not quite ready to help Master clear the withering zones yet. Oh, and Traveler? If you ever see... Amber knows about my case of Elazar and what's happened in my past. I guess I just don't want her to worry about me.
All right, we understand.
I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City. Kinda hard to believe. His culinary techniques are very polished, but his taste is a little, unusual. It's not really. The last time I went a little too heavy on the spices for my pita pockets, Master said, I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City. See you later. Be sure to come back often. Even though Master...
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha. But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently provides... Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, the Academia created one of its most... As long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much...
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who... Here are your Akasha terminals.
It kind of looks like a leaf.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the follow...
Oh! Since this little doodad lets you access knowledge, maybe we can use... May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom. Whoa! Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate...
Exactly. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that we're in, we can check the Akasha about Lesser Lord Kusanali. 500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides in the sanctuary of Surasthana. Seems pretty similar to what Kali was telling us. Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Oh, come on! Focusing on this question feels like... Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it? Could it be because we're Outlanders and we've only just arrived in... You too? Uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of... Well, seems no matter which way we try, we can't... He's from Sumeru, and even has a... Let's see. Tainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Let's head over and have a look. Hopefully he's at home. So Kale came back here alone.
And I thought this was a place nobody knew about. If I'd known, I would have just told the tree hollow instead of writing it down. There must be... Now I've created a whole new problem for myself. What do... Oh, no, that won't work. I should be writing something that I've got...
So the evidence of Aranara. But why didn't she just tell Tanger? Oh, right. Kale told Razi that he could tell any secret to a tree hollow. Must be because that's what she does. And yeah, you're right. Look. Oh, looks like she's almost...
Aha! Yes, yes! It's the same handwriting. Let's see what it says.
Ooh, what could it be?
I want to visit Mondstadt during the Ludi Harpastum again? No, that's impossible. This must be some kind of mistake. Even I would never write.
So, in other words, the
yeah. If you ask me, they were probably...
No! I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
You've written so many stories beloved by the children. I'm sure...
No! I can't do it. I thought that if I could find an Aranara, I'd be able to help, but it was someone from...
But you've managed to write all those stories without...
Rosie, you tell them.
Really?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay. Kale, Traveler, Paimon, do you remember when I said... I didn't... So... I think I should tell you. Dad isn't the one who came up with all those
What? Hold on. So if
It was me. Dad's been telling stories in Port Ormos for as long as I can remember. Every night, Dad would give me a Zaytun peach for dinner. The Zaytun peaches were delicious, but Dad's stories were really bad. But Dad kept on going, telling his stories again and again. Oh, one time, he even borrowed a camera. Dad showed me the picture and said that it shall become the precious record of Sumeru's, even though I only had Zaytun peaches to eat and not so great stories to listen to. Then one day, I tried telling Dad. Dad seemed really excited. He looked really happy. He lifted me up high into the air. He lifted me up so high that I was looking down at him. And when I got to my favorite part, Dad started crying. When Dad put me back down, I looked up at him again, but
you remember it so...
It's not only Rosie. I, too, remember every detail of what happened that day. After that, I gradually grew in fame and started making money. I became Sumeru's best. Finally, we could afford more than just Zaytun peaches for dinner.
I was really happy at first, but then everyone started calling me Tanja's son. I kind of guessed why, but Dad got busier with things that had nothing to do with storytelling. So I made up my mind that this time, instead of Dad the way he is now, I prefer my dad how he used to be, stumbling over. That's why I decided to keep...
Wait, Paimon gets it. To sum up, and because Rosie didn't want Tanja to keep living a lie,
Yes. That's why I tried looking for possible evidence. I'm sorry, Rosie. I'm so... And I owe... Rosie's the only one who can help Akara Crafts. If you can manage to persuade...
Are we gonna let this happen?
You want me to help Akara Crafts? Well, I did mention what the Aranara look... Kale, Traveler, and Paimon. I've never really left Port Ormos before. Sumeru is so much bigger than I thought, so I want to visit more places in Sumeru. That way. And I also want to take pictures of Dad.
You still want me to come with...
Yeah, of course. Come on. You're the best dad ever. I want to thank you, Kale.
Huh?
You told me about telling my secrets to... Even though I didn't have the time to find a tree hollow.
Yeah. I made a lot of mistakes back in Mondstadt. But when I look back on, I'm sure this experience will be...
Yes. Wait.
Let's go, Rosie. Grab that camera and see what hidden inspiration...
Okay, let's go. Come on, Dad.
Rosie, slow down and watch your step.
Yeah! The 20th anniversary is coming up. Paimon.
Oh, I got the same one. I guess I'll just have to save up.
Huh? I thought you came here every day. You should have gotten them as a set. That way, you get set.
But then there's no surprise.
Surprises are boring. I want to have every design there is. I finally saved up enough to...
Oh, I'm very sorry, but we're
Fine. I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah!
all right.
Sorry, buddy.
Sold out? Oh no. I was gonna buy one for my cousin who's...
Hey, how about this? You live near Bronte's house, right?
Wow! Thanks, Mr. Fies!
I promise. Akara Crafts would never let... Ah! More customers. Oh, hey! It's you guys! If it weren't for you, the store's anniversary might have been a different story. It's all thanks to Rossi. He has... Oh, and we would like you to have the prototype Arana...
Whoa, wait. This looks kinda... right! Mine... we...
The Aranara father owned up to his I think everyone will like how this...
Perhaps we could make them go through some kind of hardship together.
When the Aranara father starts feeling...
That depends on the Aranara son. It would be interesting to hear...
Hey, Tanja and Rossi! What you up to?
Dad and I are just discussing our latest story. I'll be the one telling the story this time. But I'm a little nervous about telling a story in front of so many people.
Oh, Sumer...
If it weren't for you, Rossi would sure...
I'm so glad everything worked out. But there's still something that doesn't quite...
Oh, what is it? Do you need help?
Why would a Mondstatter leave a note in a tree hollow deep in the Avidia Forest?
I thought we moved on from this topic. A lot of people write down their secrets and hide them in tree hollows. It's not a big deal at all. I have my secrets and troubles too. Yeah, but seeing Razi and Tanja has given me an idea. Traveler, could you be my tree hollow?
Please let me know if you decide you want to keep the prototype.